are the second generation of Holocaust survivors, and many of us grew up without grandparents and fragments of family with us, only fragments of family with us. We grew upon stories and memories we heard from our parents. When my mother, Sonja Hes, told me about her home, I saw in her eyes the light of remembrance, the sadness, the pain, and the anger. I allowed myself to approach this place only towards the age of 30, already a mother. I cautiously approached until things became too overwhelming for comprehension, and I dare not go further. Today I want to share with you my story of this house, the Hes family house. My mother told me about a warm Dutch household where family values were present, a house filled with music, humor, flowers, books, and two sisters who sometimes quarreled and sometimes laughed together. Opa Bernard, a peddler by trade, who worked to provide his family, dreamed of studying law. My mother remembered him as a man full of humor, a lover of books and conversation, dedicated to educating his daughters in manners, a love of literature and culture. Oma Selma loved music, played the piano, and sang. Tante Sonja, my mother's younger sister, was a sensitive child who loved words, a talented girl who from a young age wrote stories. The girls loved going to school and life was good. It was not a home with extravagance and material wealth. It was a home abandoned in parenthood, family, social connections and culture. However, in the early 40s, the sky darkened, and the horrors of war and anti-Semitism enveloped everything. My mother and Sonja were expelled from school. A Jewish framework was established, a school for Jewish teachers and students, a framework that gradually disintegrated as its people disappeared or were expelled. Oma Selma fell ill with tuberculosis, and life became difficult for her. My mother, a 16-year-old girl, took responsibility of managing the household. Oma had a custom, perhaps some of you know it. She insists that the breakfast table be set the evening before. One evening in August 1942, after dusk, a knock on the door. A knock was heard at the door. This door, behind me. My mother opened the door, and two Dutch policemen and another man, the informer Wim Kamp, who was later faced trial and imprisoned, came to take Opa Bernard from his family. With great kindness, they asked if he wanted something to eat, seeing the table set. Opa was 46 years old when he was taken, with other people whose name Wim Kamp provided. My mother never saw him again. After a few days, she received an envelope with a note written on a cigarette paper, informed her that Opa was seen in Westerbork and was then subsequently sent by train eastward to Auschwitz. Days passed, and fear was ever present. One day, my mother, Dutch literature teacher, Dr. Jan van Korstjes, a member of the communist underground, came to the house and told her that it is time to go into hiding. He would arrange hiding places, and my mother should pack few things in preparation. A vivid image is burned in my memory. At Oma's request, my mother bought flowers. In my mind, I see tulips. My mother arranged them on the Bechstein piano, which would be later thrown onto the street, probably from this window. They left with a final look back at the house, clean, orderly, and blooming. Mevrouw van der Linde, the neighbor, came to take Oma to Diakonesse's house, hospital, with Dr. Van Melle. Tante Sonja was taken to a farm in Veluwe, and my mother found refuge in a home of family of Emmy and Freddie Bear in Arnhem. Sonja, a 13-year-old girl, had to work hard without proper nourishment and got ill. One day, Mevrouw van der Linde came to visit her, saw her severe condition, and took her back to Utrecht to the hospital where her mom was. For security reasons, Oma was transferred to St. Antonius Hospital, where she remained until the end of the war. Tante Sonja succumbed to her illness on May 11, 1944, at the age of 15. My mother had the opportunity to say her final goodbye when she was brought to visit her dressed as an elderly woman by Mevrouw van der Linde. The family was shattered. What remains is our memories, the stories, and the images that persist in my mind. When I tell my grandchildren the survival story of my father and mother, I emphasize that in there were fear and evil, and there were also good people who risked their lives for others. Some of them paid with their lives for the act of bravery. Without those good and brave people, I would not be standing here today. With my dear family, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of you family, friends, and people I have met on this journey of laying the Struikelstein. I am grateful to Miney, to Marijke, to Jim, to Fred, to Annette and Barry Waters, to the Struikelstein Foundation, and to everyone who helped bring this memory to life. I thank you all for allowing me to delve once again into our family story, drawing me closer in my mind to Opa Bernard, Tante Sonja, and embrace them and their memory in my heart.
Thank you. Thank you.